Guys, welcome back. So I just wanted to show you our next project. I've been literally working on this all week long, and I hope I can do it justice. So anyways, last week somebody asked me to make custom cutters for them, and they wanted a Kokopelli. Okay, so I made the cutters, and then it got me thinking, because you know me, I love Southwestern stuff. And sorry, I had to look at, you wouldn't believe how many of these I made to get to the right size. And I just found this, and I'm looking at it going, that's almost a 2-inch. But as you can see, it's really thin, and yeah, it didn't work. So anyways, I had spent like 3 or 4 days just trying to get these designed. And I love Southwestern stuff. Those are my favorite colors and everything like that. And I've always wanted to make a Kokopelli cane. Okay, so I use this, and right now it's just all jumbled in my head and stuff like that, but I use that to see that if I cut this out 7 or 8 times and stacked them, because you know I can't draw, so this is where your cutters come in handy to make some great shapes, right? So anyways, I've got this at probably 1, 2, 3, there's 5 layers of that. The only problem with this, which is a 3-inch, was this is a 3-inch. So if I were to make the actual cane, it would be, you know, it might not be too bad. It'd be almost 4 inches. Okay, so to me, I didn't know if that would be way too much for my hands to do. So then I thought, okay, I can't draw, but let's try it. Okay, and this is what I came up with. This is my guy. Oop, and he's been falling apart all week because I've moved him over here and over there, but just so you get an idea of what I'm trying to make. I think this is the little flute guy that he plays, right? Yeah, and he's just, this is just kind of like a rough draft, right? We're just trying to see what we're trying to make and if we could even do it. Okay, so I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. I mean, it's for not being able to draw, that looks like him. Okay, and then I looked at what I drew, and obviously it's not tall enough, because to make a cane, this would have to be about 1 inch. And then I'm looking at the size going, oh my God, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That cane's going to be this big, right? Let's just say like that to that. I don't know if my hands could handle it. So I'm kind of stuck right now. I'm trying to make it smaller. So I want you to take a picture of this, because if you want to follow along with me, or if you want to make this, this is your basic shape. Okay, so you got the little legs. It's just, these are all separate pieces. Then you got this long curved body, and then that. Okay, so if you want to make it, that's kind of what it looks like. Oh, look at him. Look at from the oil. How funny is that? I got a nice little shape just from the oil, right? So anyways, this morning, I went ahead and tried to see if I can tone it down a little bit. I haven't gotten too far on it, but it is a little smaller. And so far, I have got everything. I got one more of these I got to make. Okay, and I got the hands up there. Everything's going to have to, you know what I mean? It's going to have to be refined. But for now, we at least kind of got it. You know, this is a lot shorter though, so I don't know how this is going to look, because you want that long curve, and he's kind of stumpy. So I don't know if I'm going to use him yet. But I'm looking at this going, all right, so just with that, right, we're not even at 3 inches. So this might be something more manageable for me to work with. Okay, so I didn't videotape any of this, because it's just me playing around, I guess is what I'm saying. And the process, I'm pulling things out, I'm putting things in, I'm reshaping and stuff like that, and I didn't want to spend an hour trying to make this. So that's why you're not with me online here. So I just wanted to come back at least to show you where I've gotten on this. Okay, and then, so now basically I'll make one more of these, or I could leave it at 3 as well. You don't have to go 4. I know there's some places that have 4, some have 5. But I just want to curve these. I'm going to make one more, and then I'm going to do the legs, which I suck at legs. But I'm going to do what I can. I may end up taking a cutter. I hate to do this, but this is gray anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, I can use the cutter and then kind of like literally stick the legs on it. Okay, and he's not too bad. He's just stumpy. I think I might want to make him a little longer, but I don't want to go as big as that. So this is why you're not watching the whole process, because it could be a couple of hours. And I know a lot of you don't have a problem with that, but with me and my mind and the way I switch things out so many times, I didn't want you to watch. Plus, I don't want this solid black. I think we're going to cut a little bit of this out and make like a mud cloth. Just one strip. And we'll probably take this side off and a little bit of the front and just lay it down the center of him when we're done. But I wanted to at least get the basic shape. But when we make the mud cloth and everything like that, we will go, it'll be on the video so you can see that. So I just wanted to show you what we're trying to attempt. And yeah, I'm just going to try and perfect it a little bit more. But not making it so big that my hands aren't going to handle this. And we'll be back as soon as I get a little farther in the process. So we'll talk to you then. Alrighty guys, I just wanted to come back and show you an update. Well, let's just say we didn't go small. I could not get this small. I have never made a cane this big, guys. So yeah, I'm a little nervous. Actually, I'm quite a bit nervous. But yeah, if I made it small, these would have been so thin and I wouldn't have gotten that curve that I wanted to get. So I had to go tall, and that's what it looks like so far. I'm liking them. I've kind of redone it a few times, and as you can see, I want this flute out a little bit, and the arm is a little too short, so I'm still going to have to kind of work on it, but we'll do that together. So I just wanted to come back and show you it, and now basically we are going to make our mud cloth. Probably go down the middle right here, and that's going to add to it too, I think, because I don't think I'm going to cut out any of the black. I'm just going to kind of try to get an even cut out of it so we can put it in there. So that we're going to do live, or not live, but you know what I mean. I'm going to do that with you guys. But I'm done so far. We kind of got it where we need it. I did think about putting a little hole in the eye. Just make it look like an eyeball, but I figured I'm probably not going to do that because I don't want to destroy it. But that can change anytime, as you know me better. I'm putting that in because for some reason there's this little tiny hole here. If you can see it, you can see it's got an indent. Or I may just leave it alone, and then if you guys use this as a cane when you make yours, you know, and you put it on your clay piece, you could probably come with a piece of acrylic paint and just paint a little dot on it. I mean, that's all it's going to be. So I haven't decided whether I just wanted to put white in there or just leave it like that. But I think I'm just going to leave it like that. No eyeball, no nothing. So I am going to take the dogs for a walk because this took me a couple of hours to get done. And so I'm going to go walk them, and then we'll probably work on the cane elements of this and decide whether we want to put like some dots in here or something. There's not a whole lot to work with on these, but I think it could kind of look cool if, I don't know, if we put, I don't know if I want to go white. But if I do the mud cloth in brown, see, I was thinking of like 3 different ways of doing this. Either do a mud cloth or make a little spiral and stick it in here. I mean, there's so many ways that you can decorate this, but because this is my first one and I don't know how it's going to turn out, and I pray that I have enough ecru, because I was going to use ecru around the outside of it. I don't know if I have enough, so I'm hoping I do, because we're going to have to fill all these areas now with clay. We'll have to move those apart a little bit. And yeah, the feet, believe it or not, were the hardest. So what I did was I took the 3-inch cutter, because when I was making my legs, they were coming out all funky and long. So I basically just put enough clay to cover the feet, and I did about, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them, and then put them all on top of each other, and I was able to get better feet than I would have had I drew it out. Okay, so that's it, guys. I know we didn't do all of this live, and I apologize for that, but then again, I think you're more happy with me not doing it because of all the changes that I had to make. So the rest of it and the refining of it, we will go ahead and do together, but I just wanted to get the basic shape done on my own, because I knew it was going to take a while. So with that said and everything else said, take a break, and I'll be back to finish this up with you guys. Talk to you then. Bye. Alrighty, guys, we are back. So I've got my little guy all done here. I'll show you them real quick. So this are the head, which I haven't figured out yet. I think I already showed this yesterday, but still got a lot of improvements to make, right? And there should be one more of these. There we go. But anyways, that's our guy. And again, that's our feet if you're just joining us today. Okay, so there we go. So basically, last night I actually designed something. So I went on Etsy and I took a look at mud cloth patterns and found a whole bunch of different ones. And so I literally went into Adobe Illustrator last night and kind of designed something. I messed up a little bit. As you can see, that's got the lines obviously backwards, but I don't care. I was just trying to get a pattern down of what I wanted to use. So I'll fix that later, and I'll even throw it on my Facebook page. If anybody wants to take this pattern, they can. I mean, it's just a bunch of nothing. It's just boxes and stuff. I kind of like the colors, and so I'm using ecru and, or not ecru, I'm using raw sienna, and I think this is a, oh, I don't know which yellow this is. It is a mustard yellow, I believe it is, and this is all Primo, Sculpey Primo. And then the other one, I just got brown and sienna. So we're going to move these guys here, and we are going to try and make a Skinner blend out of these. I think I've used a little more clay than I needed to, but I'd rather have extra than not enough. And then this will end up being a fan fold. So my biggest issue that I'm worrying about now is I guess putting this in here to where it kind of, it's not going to be straight up and down. So I don't know if I'm going to add black around this and then cut off that black in kind of like a little curve so that it fits in there. I'm not sure quite how we're going to do that yet, but at least we started the next step, right? So we're just going to blend this a little bit. It's taking a while to get this color to bleed through here. Alrighty. Oh, do about 3 more, and then I've got that other one to put in. Oh boy, and then it's the assembly. Still really nervous about this. This has actually have gone on for a couple of days here. I'm worried because I planned this. It just doesn't seem like when I plan stuff that it works as good as not planning anything. Okay, so this isn't a whole big difference here. I thought there'd be a little more of a contrast, but I think it'll be okay. Okay. And then this is going to be put in a triangle, because all of these are going to have to fit in between each other. And I'm probably going to put a strip of black around it. I may even go as far as doing a strip of black and white. This one I just have black. We'll see. And I'm thinking that I'm probably just going to need one, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 boxes. I'll do 3, because we're going to be reducing this really small. Okay, we're going to throw this in here. This will have a little bit more contrast than the other one. And I always start at the thickest setting. And then I kind of bring it down to 2 or 3. And it just makes it go a lot faster. And just so that you guys are aware, it is tax season, obviously. So I may not be able to get videos up for a little bit. I'm going to have to really get down on those. Get them done early. And that way it's out of my hair. Alright, so let's just even this out. And we should be okay. This one's a little softer than the brown. Not quite sure why, but... Alright, so now we're just going to put it in long ways and make our fan fold on this one. I've got a little fruit fly that just flew by me. Don't know where he came from, but hopefully he's not in my clay, because he ain't getting out now. Alright, that one looks a little more decent than the other one, huh? Okay, so obviously we're going to make the square first. Because we're not going to make the cane into a row, although we could. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Okay, so I need 2 pieces. And then I'll wrap it in the black. Usually I would do it before, but okay. I'm going to take the back of a ruler here. Okay. And now we'll do the same with this one. I hope I have enough ecru, guys. I have 3 packages of ecru. I've had that in a pound size, and I looked for it, and I could not find it. So I'm hoping that 3 packages will cover what I'm doing here today. I'm still very nervous about the size of this cane, just because I don't make my canes so big. Okay, so this is what it's gonna look like, right? So we've got to somehow basically take this and flatten it so that it's all going to fit next to each other. Okay. So we're going to kind of shrink it like this to where we're pushing out or pushing the top down. Okay, so we can make it a little flatter like that. And I'm going to go get some black. So I'm trying to keep it the same width. But I just need to shrink that down. And you'll see that it fits, see, much better. All right. All right, I got one more. All right, I just want to see now if I got it right. Okay. So basically, I just need to flatten this guy just a little more. He doesn't look right, though. I don't know why. All right, let me get some black in here and then figure out how much I want. Do I want just a little strip? Do I want a thicker strip? This isn't going to shrink too much. So I think I'm going to cover it. You know what? I'm going to cover it with a 5 because each strip is going to touch the other strip. And so you're going to be gaining that width as well. Okay. Why do I have a feeling that's not going to be enough? It's not. Okay, so let's put it in this way. Trying to think of where I want it to start. So we're going to start it right there. Okay. I think I pulled out all the black I had. Oh, nope, I have more. Did I tell you the new thing with Jake? Besides him acting really weird at night, I don't know if there's anything wrong with him. He just gets really weird at night. You know, he just, I don't know if it's pain or disoriented. He just acts weird. I don't know. He just acts like he doesn't know where he is sometimes. And it's really weird. I know nothing about this dog, right? And so when I took him and Makita to the vet, the doctor checked his paws because he's constantly like biting at it. And there's like a squishy bump in between his paws. And I thought, well, did he, step in something? And it's, when you get an infection and stuff like that, sometimes it, it swells up. And, I didn't know if it was infected. But he says it's a tumor. So probably another lipoma. He didn't say what kind of tumor. But it's like right in between his paws, and it's getting a little bigger. So, of course, I might now have another surgery for a dog. And it's like, I'm not maxed out on my card, but I'm getting there. And I asked for a estimate. So I got that in my email. I have not checked it yet. So I'm kind of afraid of opening that up. But I don't know. Last night, he'll go behind the rocking chair and he starts like digging at the carpet like he's trying to dig a hole. And so, of course, I have to Google everything. Why do dogs do this? And it didn't mention pain. It just mentioned it could be anxiety. It could be the nesting. It could be boredom. It's not boredom. He gets his exercise for the day and all that. So I don't know what's going on with him. So send some good thoughts and prayers his way. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just put another strip on this one. You know, but because it's just so precise, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go ahead and make this. But anyway, so I'll tell you what that estimate is. I haven't looked at it. Only problem is on my phone, I can't open it for some reason because the PDF reader that I've got keeps saying, oh yeah, you need to upgrade, and it just seems like it's more of a scam. And I end up with like 30 million ads that I have to watch, and I can't shut them off, that I end up shutting off my program. So until I can get on my desktop and open up the email, I haven't. But I am also going to get a second opinion. I mean, this is the doctor that I've gone to for a long time. And for the most part, I trust them, but I don't know anymore. You know, it just seems like they're not willing to work with you. Can't do payments or anything like that. Obviously, they want their money up front, and I get it. But I don't know. I just think I might just get a second opinion just in case. Alright, so here we go, guys. So obviously we have to flatten, you know, we either flatten that or we just push them together. I would rather flatten it just a little more. Okay. Oh, yeah, it can go bigger. So just slide that down. Yeah, see, it slides it down, but oh well, this is what we want. All right. Okay. And at least it's already a square. But as you can see, I only need, what, maybe 3 pieces? So that's an inch. So I'm going to bring this down probably to about 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, because it's going to take me, I think, a little bit of time. And we'll come back when we're ready to cut into it. Alrighty guys, so just so you know, it's Wednesday. And you know the pool guy comes on Wednesday, so you might hear Jake make a lot of noise soon. Okay, so this is the body, right? So what I need to do is cut down like that. Because this is wider, I'm going to take this little piece off right here. Okay. And see about getting this thing in there. This is where we might have an issue, right? So I don't know, this might have to go a little smaller, because it's going to widen it up quite a bit. And then I don't know if I'll have to make the head bigger, the body bigger, and all of that. But you see where we're going with this, right? Alright, so we have to make this extremely small, and I think we're going to have to just make gradations on this. We'll see. But this is going to be for that top part. And yeah, we're even going to go smaller than this. What worries me though is because the actual Kokopelli is so big that are these going to show up when I reduce them down to like an inch? That I don't know. That's, I think, my biggest issue right now. Okay, so it would end up being like this. I think that's probably a good size to use. Okay, so we're at about 1/4 inch. Okay, and then we're going to put some dots and lines in between both of these, but let me at least get an idea of how many we're going to need on this part right here. I'm going to need probably 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So I'm going to cut that right there. And then what we'll do is we'll grab some black and white and we'll just make a couple strips. And then maybe make it at a number 3. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. I think we got enough for 4. I just want to make sure these are even on all sides. Okay. I don't know, may need another one, huh? Okay, well, guess the only way to find out if we got enough is by getting them in there. Okay, so let's, yep, he just found out he's here. So I'm going to make some strips of black and white, so I'm going to hit pause, and hopefully he'll be done by the time I come back. Guys, I'm back, and I have to laugh. I got my little order in. Remember what I was telling you what Donna Cato used? This is how they wrapped it. And they literally just put a label on plastic paper and newspaper. I thought that was funny. So I figured we'd open it up now, and I'll show you what I was talking about, just in case you didn't see her video. Well, it's wrapped well. And at least my mailman's nice enough not to try and shove this into my mailbox, right? So I'll give him that. He put it on my porch. But he has to go on my porch anyways to pick up my packages, so that is normally a given. I'm excited to use this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was wrapped really tight. It's aluminum. So if any of you guys know if aluminum can go, oops, in the oven, let me know. I'm pretty sure it can. I probably will have to take the handle off. But ta-da! So So this is the, I don't know, the rice cake little thingamajigger. And then what we'll do is we'll make our little circles now. And we'll be able to give it a nice little dome. Obviously that's really small, but they're all the same size. But that's okay. So now we'll try this out. All right. So we're going to set that down here. And I'm going to clean off my hands really quick. Although it has been in the mail for over a week. Okay. There we go. Let me get situated again here. There we go. All right, so I use Primo Sculpey black. The black is at a 1. The white is at the thickest setting. But we're not going to make it that thick. We're going to thin this out. So I'm putting this through at a number 1. And I'm just going to look at it. And now I'm taking it back down at a number 2. And I think that's going to look good. Okay. And what I'm going to do is cut that little piece off on the end. Okay. All right, so we're going to need this. And we're going to put a strip on the top. And the bottom. Now, I made those little circles. I need to make sure I'm on the right side, and I'm not. Okay, so that's got to go there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take like 3 whites. We're going to make another really small log. I don't know how many of these we're going to need. Don't do that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make just a bigger log. I know, this isn't really much bigger, is it? But we only need, I don't know, on my thing I've got like 5, but that's just the pattern that I made. I think we're only going to need like 3 of them on each line, and we probably need a total of 9 maybe. Alright, so I'm just going to bunch this up just to make sure I got all the air bubbles out. And then we're going to take more black. And we're going to put the black through at a number 5. You know, I'm going to go number... No, we'll go 5. I was going to go to a 6, but I'm going to do a 5. Okay. This is a really bad blade. I don't think I'm going to need this long one again, so we're just going to put him away. Okay, so I'm going to reduce this really quick, really small. So I'll hit pause so I can get that done, and I'll come back when I got a nice long log. Okay, so I've cut 2 so far. I'm going to leave that guy off right here. I might have to go a little smaller, and I do. So it may not be 5 across, it may not even be 3 across, it might just be 2. I'm sorry guys, he's just having his day. Okay. Not a whole lot I can do anymore. It might be okay. Got the wrong side there. Okay. And now we will finish up with this. I need to cut this a little more so that it's even. Okay, and there's a little piece right here. I just need to cut this off about right there. Okay. I hear you, Makita. I got a dog over here. He's just moaning away. I hear ya. I think I'm gonna just need 4 more here. So I'm gonna cut right there. So I'm there, but I think this was just a little smaller. Okay. Okay. And then we need at least 2 more of these. I have enough to use 1 more on this one. Okay. I don't know if you can hear Makita. She's at the door. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them at the same time. That way I can get rid of this, because I think we only need one more. So I'm going to put this here. It's so warm today. We're in like the mid 70s. And then next week it's going to drop back into the 50s. So we're enjoying the heat out here. Jake is loving his walks because the lizards have come back out. And he's on a mission when we go on a walk. He likes to chase all the lizards. Well, we'll see if we can get one more in here. Would be awesome. And I think we can. Okay. And if we can't, we can peel this off. You know what? Hold on a minute. There we go. Perfect. All right, this goes a little too short. Alrighty, guys. So there we are. Okay. And yep, we want to make sure that we're even. And then I have to figure out if I need to shave some of this off. Because we have this in its place now. So we need that long one more time. We're going to make sure this is straight up and down. Oh, that just seems like a whole lot to remove. Okay. Oh, it just took off a little bit of black. So we're just going to fill it up here on top. Okay, and he's got a curve. And obviously we want this as close as we can get it so that the design has nowhere to move. And I'm going to take a little bit more black here, if I have any. And I'm just going to cover the bottom here. Okay. And then we'll shape it. And then I think we're done. So let's put the head back on them. All right. And make sure we don't have to add a little bit more to the head because we added some thickness now. And then unfortunately, I think these were the arms. This is going to have to go up a little bit higher. It's like a big puzzle. Okay, so that's him. He's wider now, obviously. But I think it's still going to look okay. So now we have to take the ecru. Now, I don't know if I want to put one of these here on the bottom. I don't know if I want to take some little white dots and put them inside here. I really don't want to, because I don't want to mess with such a thin piece. So this is my first one, right? So we're going to make it easy, although I don't think this is easy. But we're going to just leave it like this, leave it simple. Okay, so now the big thing that we've got to do is now we have to fill all this with ecru. Okay, and then obviously it's going to have to come off in a square like that. So reducing this is going to be interesting too, because you need it taller than you do wide. So I'm kind of afraid that when I reduce it, I'm going to reduce it all squishy. So hopefully if I just go a little bit on each side, that we can keep this shape. Or I try and really square it out. I don't know yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get some ecru conditioned. And now we're going to fill up all the little nooks and crannies. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I got a little bit of ecru conditioned. But I have a feeling that I'm not going to have enough. Because I could take a whole pound, right? And basically just do that side. Another pound. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. So anyways, I probably will not bore you guys, because this is going to take a while, I can tell. And what we're going to do really quick is we're just going to do the feet with you. And then I'm probably going to do this on my own, because I think it's going to take a while. And I'm going to go see if I can find a recipe for ecru. I think it's just brown and white, or umber and white. So I may have to make some more. And obviously that's going to take a while for me to do that. I don't know. I may have to make his head a little bigger too. I don't know. But I'm going to move all these guys out. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put ecru on his sides, because we don't want it on the top because he's connecting to the head. And we don't want it on the bottom where he's connecting to the feet. And I got a piece of strand of hair. My hair, not the dog's this time. So I'm going to take two 1-inch pieces here. Okay, and we're going to line up. Okay, so we don't want to line up that side, I forgot. And the reason for that is we've got the little trumpet. Okay, so I think that's going to be that side. But we also want to... I got a phone call, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, guys. We're kind of coming back in spurts here. Just wanted to show you how it's coming along. And yes, I've had to reshape a bunch of things, which again is why, guys, I'm not going without any breaks on this. Because I don't want a 3-hour video for you guys. So we've got the arms in pretty much. I'd like it to curve a little higher, but I think I'm just going to leave it. We got his feet all nice and tucked in there, and we got the backing. So basically all we've got to do is these 4 guys right here, wrap them up, wrap up the outside here, and then we just got to fill this up. Again, I'm not sure if I have enough ecru, and by the time this video gets up, I may have already ordered some and got it back in the mail. So we're hoping we've got enough on everything. But I wanted to come back and show you at least what we're doing, how we're packing up between the arms, making sure everything is compact, no air holes or anything like that. I have not turned this over yet. I guess I could. You guys can come off. Okay, so as you can see, see what happens when you turn things over. You realize that a lot of areas are not stuffed good enough. So we are going to put that piece of clay right there. And as we hold the feet, we're literally just going to stuff that in there. Okay. And that way you just know that you've got no holes in here and that hopefully this whole pattern will sit still. Okay, it's not going to move on you, because if you get a lot of air pockets in there, they're going to move and it'll move the whole pattern. Okay, so this is why obviously it's taking so long too. As you know, I've already told you I've never made anything this big before. So I'm kind of going extra slow and extra careful because I don't want to ruin this. And not as much as what a waste of clay it would be, because everything is really a waste when you think about it. It's just, it's gonna happen, and it's okay if it happens, because these are all dark colors and I can turn this into a beautiful piece of black. Alrighty guys, so that's it. So I didn't go all the way inside on this because I'm going to be wrapping this and it should connect really nicely in there. Okay, so now we know that we've got a nice little seal here. And that I'm not too worried about. So we'll just fill up a little bit more right here. That fit just perfect. And continue on. And yeah, we want to get that flute right there. And that's why his head's just a little bit backwards. You know, that way he's kind of bending down. Right? Alright. So I think he's going to look fine once we get him together. But I'm going to go back and now fill in this part right here. The bottom. And all I'm going to need is just a little bit on this side. So I may be able to do this. But anyways, that's it so far. We will be back. Alrighty guys, I just want to come back and show you we are literally done packing this guy. Now all I have to do is fill up just a little bit right here on each side. I haven't decided whether I wanted to make it, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we don't want to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that would be that big, and there's no way I'm doing that. But that would also help because it would make him square. But I don't want a whole bunch of clay on the outside. I just want like a little bit of an outline. So it's going to be interesting, but we're getting there, and we are on our second pack of ecru. Oh, did I use it all? Nope, I still got... Wow, that was literally one and a quarter of these. So I shouldn't have to use my third one. I'm really happy about that. So now all I'm going to do is just add a little bit of a border, and then we're going to reduce it. And then we'll come back after it's being reduced or close to it being almost done so you can see exactly how I'm reducing this. Okay, so I just want to come back again, show you how it looks so far. Getting really excited. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished cane. It is 4 inches by almost 5 inches. But I don't want to use any more ecru. I ended up finding a pound. Half a pound, so I got lucky. I was able to finish this. So now guys, we're going to go ahead and reduce. Cross your fingers, wish me luck. I'm really nervous, and we'll see what it turns out to be. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey guys, well, we finally finished. Unfortunately, I worked way into the wee hours last night to get this done. Reducing this thing was a pain in the butt. Boy, oh boy, it took forever. I had a ton of waste, unfortunately, but I do have a cute little Kokopelli. I had lost the brain right there. So, that's what we got. Made it thinner. It's okay for my first one. I'm happy that the feet, the arms, and everything's are attached. And I kind of put it in a little cabochon yesterday just to see what it would look like. So basically that's what you got. Now you can cut this out and I think add, you know, you can add little feathers or something around your piece. But the one thing I like is once I hit the texture with my sponge, it made it look so authentic, like a cave drawing. So I'm happy with it. I'm not happy that this is what I got out of that, what is it, 4.5 inch piece that I had. So that's it. I mean, I went from a pound of clay to probably, I don't know, maybe 8 ounces or something like that. It was horrible. So we have some thinking to do the next time we do it. The one thing that you can also do is instead of using the ecru, I mean, you can make your background any color. You can do turquoise, you can do anything. But I think the next one I want to do, if I do it again, is wrap it in like a translucent clay. And that way this can be used as an overlay. So you can make a base bead with turquoise and stuff, add feathers, leaves, or whatever, and then set this in the middle or something like that. I think that would give it a whole lot of interest as well. But I don't use ecru that much, so hey, I found a use for it. Yeah, I tried something, don't ask, that's why you got all these little dots here. What I did was I tried to take a border, which is another thing you can do, is after you cut the strip out. Here, let's make one real quick and I'll show you. But I'm not really good at placing them. So yeah, you're going to want a very thin strip. But I can't remember. I literally can't remember how I use this. Sorry, yeah, we've got solicitors down the street. So Jake is kind of telling them off for me here. Okay, but you can take just like a thin strip. And it would have to be really thin here. I don't even know if this is thin enough. And obviously you would have to measure it a lot better than I'm doing here, but I'm just kind of showing you. And this should have one black and one white, not two whites on the end. So this isn't going to work out perfectly, right? So what I'll do is I'm going to just cut that white off. So you get my point here, right? You're basically gonna just surround it, and you'll probably do this on the bead itself. See, I would need 2 blacks on this one, but it's not gonna fit in there. Oy. So I tried to do this yesterday, but when I started to blend it into the piece, these kind of flattened and got all out of shape. So you're going to have to be a lot better than me doing this. Hey, Jake! And, you know, Jake's not going to stop. He's the most stubborn dog I have ever owned. I don't even think Bandit was as bad as him. Okay, let's do one more. And again, I'm just using black and white because it's here. And yeah, I didn't really do a great job of it right there, but see what you can do is just add a little element around it. But the problem is you got to be really careful, because once you try and blend this all in, it gets all wonky. So the only thing I could think of is cutting out a little bit of a line in your piece and sticking these inside to where they can't spread. But this is just a quick one. It's not going to be perfect. But you can surround it with something. You can see where it's not perfect. You'd have to cut it. I mean, literally, you would have to cut it really perfect. But I got a lot of ideas, so we're going to play around today and see what we can come up with. And that's it. I hope you guys like that one. I am not going to use all of these. I will probably keep one strip. So if you think these are good enough to sell, let me know. This took so much work that, what do I have? I have 3, well, pretty much 5 at 1 inch and 1 at 1.5 inches, which will probably be the same price as my other 2 inches, because Yeah, it's a lot of clay. So I don't know yet. I'm going to figure out how much this one's going to be and throw them up. If you're interested, let me know and I'll put them up. But if not, you don't think they're good enough yet, then I'm going to hold on to them and maybe make another one this week. So that's it, guys. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you later. Bye.